Hello, good day. Today, we will discuss about what is research. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng research? Research is defined as careful consideration of study regarding a particular concern or problem using scientific methods. Again, using a scientific methods. Research is a systematic inquiry to describe. Kaya nga sinasabi natin, it's a scientific method using scientific methods. Because research is a systematic inquiry. There is the so-called systematic inquiry to describe, to explain, predict, and control the observed phenomenon. And it also involves two methods. One is the inductive research methods and the deductive methods. When we say inductive research methods, it analyzes an observed event. Again, it analyzes an observed event. While deductive methods, it verify the observed event. Again, when it is an inductive research method, it analyzes an observed event, while deductive methods it verify the observed event. Inductive approaches are associated with qualitative research. Again, inductive approaches are associated with qualitative research, and deductive methods are more commonly associated with quantitative analysis. Again, inductive equals qualitative research. Deductive is equal to quantitative analysis. Now, research is conducted with a purpose. Of course, everything is conducted because of a purpose. And what are the purpose of research? Here are a few smart tips that you can make use of while identifying your, when you are into sale. Kung naa mo sa sale, kung naa mo sa market, or kanang ingon ana nga negosyo, mabaligya, or marketing, etc. Then, research is conducted with a purpose to identify potential and new customers. Okay, again, if you are in business or sales and marketing, so one purpose of doing or making some research is to identify potential and new customers. Di man mabuhi ang negosyo, customers man, kung walay customers, kung sa kinsa mo palit sa imong baligya. And you have to get familiar with the demographics. Okay? The demographics and evaluate the psychographics. Diba? Because all you have to do, there's a need for you to do research on those who are the successful competitor sa imong brands. Right? Successful competitors. Why? Sa madaling salita, kailangan po mo improve ang imong negosyo. And research is conducted with a purpose to understand the existing customer. That is why I said a while ago, get familiar with the demographics and evaluate the psychographics. And you have to set pragmatic goals. When you say pragmatic, it deals with the problems that exist in a specific situation in a reasonable and logical way instead of depending on ideas. Right? Do not just depend on ideas, but you have to, to deal with problems that really exist given a situation. Of course, do it in a most reasonable and logical way instead of depending on ideas. And develop productive market strategies. You have to develop productive market strategies and then address business challenges. Along the way, there has to be, some challenges. Daghang mga challenges in your, in your business, when you are into business. So you have to address them. Diba? Address. Other way of saying that, in using our vernacular term, imo o bulungan o solusyon, right? You have to get, or you have to set, or think of a solutions to counter these challenges, or to solve these challenges, and put together a business expansion plan. Diba? Everything is temporary. All right. This should be your mindset. Do not to dwell on your, present uh, way of, doing your business. You have to expand. Parang mudako ba? Parang mo dako ang imong business imo i-expand. Right? Then you have to identify new business opportunities. In so doing, when you have an expansion plan, then you have to identify what are the business opportunities that you could indulge with. Okay? Perhaps you can analyze your product to see who will buy from you. Okay? Then, of course, basa ka mga industry blogs and forums so that you can get some ideas insofar as expanding your business is concerned, insofar as making profit out of your business. Then, what are the characteristics of research? Of course, one is a good research follows a systematic approach to capture accurate data. Kaya nga tinatawag natin systematic, so that you can capture the accurate data. Researchers need to practice ethics and a code of conduct while making observation or drawing conclusion. If you are the one making the research, then you should not allow your conclusion to be influenced with your experiences. It should be drawn out, or it should be from your data collected. Pag kayo mag-research na kayo mo lang, answer-ansiran mo. May ubang researcher na answer-ansiran na nila para na mahungan ang research. It is not a good research. And then, the analysis is based on logical reasoning and involves both inductive and deductive method. And real-time data analysis is derived from actual observation in natural settings. That is why a good research is an empirical research. When you say empirical, of course, if you are the one making your research, ikaw mismo mo observe first-hand information dili kagikan sa uman. And then there is an in-depth analysis collected so that there are no anomalies associated with it. Meaning, covering everything, all important points. You have to cover all important points without disregarding other, material, other data. Then it creates a path for generating new questions, because existing data helps create more research opportunities. Yeah. And then it is analytical and uses all the available data so that there is no ambiguity in inference. Wala by ambiguity dili niya klaro. Kinahanglan tag klaro when we do research. And accuracy is one of the most critical aspects of research. The information must be accurate and correct. Okay, comes along with accuracy, correct and accurate. Brings, okay, so then there are three main purposes of research. One is exploratory. Again, number one is exploratory. As the name suggests, researchers conduct exploratory studies to explore a group of questions. The answers and analytics may not offer a conclusion to the perceived problem, but it is undertaken to handle new problems areas that haven't been explored before. So even explored. This exploratory process lays the foundation for more conclusive data collection and processes or analysis. Then next is descriptive. Okay, descriptive. This focuses on expanding knowledge on current issues through a process of data collection. Descriptive research describes the behavior of a sample of population. Only one variable is required to conduct the study. The three primary purposes of descriptive studies are describing, explaining, and validating the findings. Okay? Describing, explaining, and validating the findings. The findings. All right. Then next is the so-called explanatory purpose or explanatory. Causal or explanatory research is conducted to understand the impact of specific changes in existing standard procedures. Running experiment is the most popular form. For example, a study that is conducted to understand the effect of rebranding on customers' loyalty. And here is a comparative representation or analysis for your better understanding. Okay, when it is an exploratory research, the approach used is unstructured. Okay, unstructured. If it is descriptive research, it is structured. Then explanatory research, highly structured. Then when it is conducted through asking questions, both the exploratory and descriptive research. While explanatory research, it is conducted through by using hypotheses. Then time, when it is exploratory research, it is done during early stages of the decision making, before the early stages of the decision making. Then if it is descriptive research, it is done during the later stages or the later stage of decision making. Also, the explanatory research, a later stage of decision making. You know, research begins by asking the right question and choosing an appropriate method to investigate the problem. It all started by asking a question, the right question, set the statement of the problems, and using the correct method to investigate the problem. Then after collecting answers to your question, you can analyze the findings or observation to draw reasonable conclusion. And when it comes to customers and market studies, the more thorough your questions, the better the analysis. Again, the more thorough your question, the better the analysis. You get essential insights into brand perception and product needs by thoroughly collecting customers' data through the use of surveys and questionnaire. You can use this data to make smart decisions about your marketing strategies to position your business effectively. To be able to make sense of your research and get insights faster, it helps to use a research repository as a single source of truth in your organization and to manage your research data in one centralized repository. Now, there are types of research. Actually, there are several types of research, but research methods are broadly classified into two, just these two. Again, so I said there are several types of research, but it is compounded or research methods are broadly classified as qualitative and quantitative methods. Again, qualitative and quantitative method. Both methods have distinctive properties and data collection methods. The qualitative research is a method that collects data using conversational methods, usually open-ended question. And the response collected are essentially non-numerical. The method helps a researcher understand what participants think and why they think in a particular way. Types of qualitative research or methods are one-to-one interview, or number two, focus groups, ethnographic studies, text analysis, and case study. While quantitative methods types, the survey research, descriptive research, correlational research, and quantitative methods deals with numbers and measurables. Unlike qualitative, the quantitative methods deal with numbers and measurable forms. It uses a systematic way of investigating events or data. It answers questions to justify relations or to justify relationship with measurable variables to either explain, predict, or control a phenomenon. And it is essential to ensure that your data one is valid. Remember, research is only valuable and useful when it is valid and accurate and reliable. Because incorrect results can lead to customers' churn and a decrease in sales. So it is essential to ensure that your data is valid, meaning founded, logical, rigorous, and impartial, not partial. Okay, that's valid. Then it is also essential to ensure that your data is accurate accurate, free from errors. Wala sa'yo, and including required data. Because accurate, that's 100% correct. Accurate ba? Then it is essential also to ensure that your data is reliable. Meaning to say that other people who investigate in the same way can produce similar result. Yeah, magamit po ang imo data kay reliable man siya. Then it is also essential that your data is timely, okay? Current and collected within appropriate time frame. Sa ato ba? In research, pwede man og 5 years back. Di ba? Dili katong so many years na ang imong mga data katong 1970s. Pwede na 5 years back. Right. Then it is essential to ensure that your data is, of course, completo. Meaning to say, it includes all the data you need to support your business decision. Right? Again, it is essential to ensure that your data is valid, accurate, reliable, timely, and complete. And these are the 8 tips for conducting accurate research. One, you have to identify the main trends and issues, opportunities, and problems you observe and then write a sentence describing each one. You have to describe them one by one, and then keep track of the frequency with which each of the main findings appears. And number three, make a list of your findings from the most common to the least common. You mo evaluate. Then evaluate a list of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, or the SWOT, commonly known as the SWOT. Prepare conclusions and recommendations about your study. Act on your strategies. And number six, act on your number seven, look for gaps in the information and consider doing additional inquiry if necessary. If you found out that there are gaps or there is gap, then you have to do additional inquiry. Okay, needed man na siya. Basta na ay gap. Then plan to review the results and consider efficient methods to analyze and dissect results for interpretations. Again, these are the 8 tips for conducting accurate research. Then you have to review your goals, making any conclusion about your research. Keep in mind how the process you can have completed and the data you have gathered help answer your question. Ask yourself if what your analysis revealed, facilities, and identification of your conclusions and recommendations. Diba? Iyon ang ato na research. Thank you so much. God bless.